Welcome to my channel. In this video, we will delve into the character of the hero in John Milton's epic poem Paradise Lost, providing thorough insights and solutions to pertinent questions surrounding this central figure. Join us as we navigate the complexities of Milton's portrayal, unraveling the nuanced layers of heroism and moral ambiguity within the context of this timeless literary masterpiece. Milton's purpose in writing the epic was to explain the biblical story of Adam and Eve. Although the epic is similar to differs from that of the Bible's version, all throughout the epic Milton describes the characters in the way he believes they are. In Book 1 and 2 of Paradise Lost, Milton portrays Satan as a rebel who exhibits certain heroic qualities. Unlike classics such as the Iliad and the Aeneid, Paradise Lost has no easily identified hero. The most dynamic character in the poem is Satan, who Milton surrounds with epic matter and motivations, epic genre conventions, and constant allusions to specific passages in famous heroic poems. Milton's introduction of Satan shows the reader how significant Satan is to Paradise Lost. He uses Satan's heroic qualities to corrupt his followers, and his ability to corrupt others to show the thin line between good and evil. Satan is given many traditional attributes as an epic hero. Although he may not be the classical hero, he does defeat the creatures that God had created. Satan was one of the highest angels in heaven and was known as Lucifer, meaning light bearer. This shows he was once a good angel. Milton makes the reader see him as a leader and a strong influence to all in his presence. He best describes Satan's ways when stating his pride had cast him out from heaven with all his host of rebel angels, who's aspiring to set himself in glory above his peers. Satan's pride was the main reason that God banned him from heaven, tried to be prime and the leader, instead of Satan always following in God's shadow. John Milton, Paradise Lost Book Hamilton says, Satan is seen as a prince of hell, as well as commoner and matchless chief. After gaining followers, Satan is ready for battle against God. They are all willing to cooperate. Most important trait that makes him fit into the hero category him greatly in his rebellion, because the other angels would look up to him. Writers and critics of the Romantic era advanced the notion that in Paradise Lost, Satan was the hero, pitting himself against an unjust God. Most of these writers based their ideas on the picture of Satan in the first two books of Paradise Lost. In those books, Satan rises off the lake of fire and delivers his heroic speech, still challenging God. Satan tells the other rebels that they can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven, and adds, better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. Satan also calls for and leads the grand council of devils. He struggles against God even though he is aware that it is entirely in vain. Without question, this picture of Satan makes him heroic in his initial introduction to the readers. Further, because all the other characters in the poem, Adam, Eve, God, the Son, and the angels, are essentially types rather than characters, Milton spends more artistic energy on the development of Satan. Milton uses the whole rebellion scene, when put together with the battle in heaven, ends up being 1/8 of Paradise Lost, to show heroic qualities in Satan. Devoting this much time to a certain scene, Milton makes it clear how important Satan is in his eyes. Milton created a powerful and sympathetic portrait of Lucifer. This view influenced deeply romantic poets William Marriage of Heaven and Hell. Blake stated that Milton is a true, only Satan possesses heroic dimensions, because he is leader of the fallen angels, inspiring them to remain steadfast in and dangers in order to take revenge on God. Yet, the problems reject this idea. As Wolski writes, by measuring Satan against of all the heroic virtues celebrated in literature, of the susceptibility of them all to demonic perversion, with disability, Satan delivers rebellious, and Satan, being the leader of the fallen angels, is a very good persuasive speeches that raise the attention of his followers and make them feel more confident in him and follow him in his rebellion. To reign is worth ambition though in hell. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. No doubt, Satan was a divine being who stoodest in heaven, upright and pure, but it was so when he was a humble and obedient angel. With defiance and revolt his heavenly essences are perish. Satan is well described as a hero in the start of this great epic. Yet Milton changes the view of Satan drastically as the epic continues. Satan is really an egoistic coward that let his pride lead to ingratitude towards God from the beginning of the epic. Although Satan is a great warrior and can give wonderful speeches, he seems to be hypocritical of what he tells his followers he believes and what he really does. An example of this is when we are first introduced to Satan. Satan and the other fallen angels are in hell, and Satan tells the others not to be frightened, whereas he himself is frightened. Some people say that Adam is the hero of the epic. Though Adam is neither a warrior nor a conqueror, and nor as active as the heroes of other epics, but he is nobler than the heroes of war. Though Adam is defeated through Eve and Christian creed, so he is the real hero of Paradise Lost. But some critics are not ready to accept Adam as a hero because French critic Saurat says that Adam is not the hero of this epic. Adam is not so because he himself does not defeat Satan, and only passive nobility or his sufferings do not make Adam the hero. Moreover, Adam's primary heroic act is not heroic at all. It is the first act of disobedience. The problem of the hero in Paradise Lost has not been finally solved, and no single opinion has been formed on this subject. Some critics say that in the first two books of Paradise Lost, Milton identifies himself with Satan against the despotic authority of Charles I by giving Satan pride, invincible temper, love for liberty, defiance of autocratic authority, and heroic energy. That, being a Christian, in the later books of this poem, Milton takes up the side of Adam against Satan, and as a writer of the epic, fools the plans of Satan. So, Milton himself is the hero of Paradise Lost. In our opinion, Satan cannot be taken to be the hero of the epic. Even in Book I and II of the epic, Satan has not been proved more than a boastful and swaggering person, because he knows that he cannot counterattack God, so, only to annoy him, Satan plans to ruin to innocent creatures Adam and Eve who have done him no harm. Moreover, Satan degrades himself by changing himself into small and repugnant creatures like a toad and a serpent, as Satan is carried away by than the hero of the epic. In that case, we can take only Adam as the hero of Paradise Lost because God is on his side. I hope you've understand this lecture. If you have any queries, let me know in the comments section, and do share it with your friends.